All right, let's talk about setting up and installing your Metapixel. We're going to make it really quick and really easy. Before we do, I just want to let you know about this one really helpful tool because I use it every time I'm doing anything with pixels. It's called the Metapixel Helper. It's a Google Chrome extension. So you can just search Metapixel Helper Chrome extension on Chrome and install it. And what it does is if you go on any website, and this is any website, it does not have to be a website you own or built with your domain, does not have to be a website with your pixel, any website. It's going to show you if there's a pixel on the site and if it's active or not. This is really helpful for two reasons. The first is this is by far the quickest way to make sure your pixel is active on your site after you install it. The second is for competitor analysis. Anytime we're looking to enter a new market, like pickleball, for example, I'm always looking at what courses or what competitors, depending on what we're selling or doing, are already in the market. And one thing I always check is, do they have a Metapixel installed? Because it's a very easy tell if they have completely no idea what they're doing in their advertising. And there have been multiple times, pickleball being one, where most of the people didn't even have a pixel, which gives me really valuable data about the competition and gives me more confidence entering a market with already some established brands, because I know they don't know what they're doing and I know what I do know what I'm doing, and that's a huge leg up, and it will be for you as well. All right, back to the technical side. So first thing we need to do is make sure that we are at business.facebook.com in our business suite. Once we are in our business suite, we are going to come down here to the settings on the left-hand menu. It's going to be the gear. You're looking for settings. And when you are in settings, you are going to look for the data sources drop down and click the arrow to drop it down. And then look for data sets and pixels. This is where you will see any pixels that you currently have. And it's also where we can create a new pixel. So in order to create a pixel, we're going to click the blue add button. And we're going to create it. Now it is now called a data set, but we can go ahead and create this new data set. Now make sure you don't have this checked. It's checked by default. Just uncheck it. There's no need to do that. And you're going to go ahead and just name the pixel. So I'm just going to name this default pixel since it's for testing purposes. And we're going to go ahead and click create and let that load. Now it's going to ask you what ad account you want this pixel linked to. For example, you can see a few different ad accounts here. These are for the 3 different businesses that we have under this business portfolio in Meta. If you've not already set up an ad account, you can do so right over here in the ad account section. This is literally just setting up a dedicated ad account and linking your credit card or debit card to it. This is just how you're going to run and pay for the ads through Meta. So we're going to go ahead and I'm not going to select any of these, and it's going to create a new data set. So now in here we see the default pixel data set. This is something that's really important, and this is something where a lot of people get hung up. You need to make sure that when you're ready and you have your Meta business page, your Instagram perhaps, or your ad account, you need to make sure that you connect other assets to your pixel here. So you can go ahead and click connected assets, click connect assets, other business assets, and here's how we can choose which business we want to connect it to. And it asked us to do that earlier, but you might be setting it up before you have that ad account set up, in which case at any time you can just come back here and go to connected assets. All right, so now we're ready to actually get our Facebook pixel on our website, our sales page, our opt-in page, maybe multiple pages, whatever it is. What we need to do now is go to the Events Manager. So right here on the left-hand side, we'll click on Events Manager, and it's going to open up a new tab with the Meta Events Manager. When this opens up, we can now go to Data Sets. And you might be wondering, why don't we see our default data set? Well, it's because when you come in here, and this is where a lot of people get confused, because Meta doesn't tell you, it defaults to sorting by specific ad accounts here. So it had me right here in the default TZ Pickleball ad account. Well, if I go to the top one, audience to cash flow, that allowed me to select my entire business portfolio, and now I see the default pixel. So if you come in here and you're not seeing it, it might be because you have another ad account, but if you don't have any ad accounts, you should see it, but just something to take into consideration, because I've seen people bang their head against the wall for a long time for this very reason, which is really on Meta. They don't do a great job making it clear. So the next thing we want to do is actually go ahead and install our pixel on our sites. So in order to do this, we're going to look for these options down below, and we're looking for this one, gather website events from browser activity. Meta changes this interface sometimes. This is actually a little bit different than the last time I came in here. But at the end of the day, all you are actually looking for is just whatever allows you to set up the metapixel and get the manual pixel code right here. So right now, this is where it is. It might look different at the time of watching it. It's okay. I'll put an update, or you can reach out. But you're really just looking for the place where you can get your metapixel code. So we're going to choose install code manually. And this is the code right here that we're going to put on our site. All right, so in order to put this code on your site, you can just click that nice copy button right here, and then you're just looking for wherever your software that you're using has you put in tracking code. So I'm on Go High Level, and in Go High Level, I just have to come into my funnel or my website, and I have to do this on a per funnel basis, per website basis, do this for each one. And I come in here to my settings, and I'm looking for the head tracking code, and I paste in that pixel. Now if I click save, it's going to save these settings here. And once we've pasted it in here, our pixel is installed, and we can use Metapixel Helper or go look in Meta to make sure it's actually firing and active. Now you might be using something different than High Level. You could be anywhere else. You're just really looking for your settings inside of that software to install the metapixel, and you're just going to put the code in there. Now, one thing to take into consideration is that some platforms do just ask you for your pixel ID. And sometimes, it's rare, but it is sometimes applicable. All you have to actually do to install your pixel on certain platforms is just copy this ID right here and paste it in. But whatever option it is, that's how you're going to set up and install your metapixel. We're going to talk in the next lesson about how to set up your custom conversion events.